Hey, there we are. My name is Billy Merritt. Today is the DigiNinja Dealer Academy. That was almost got tongue twisted there. My partner in taking over the world with text message selling and Facebook events is Caleb Wilson. He is on the show today, bringing us some knowledge. And today, Caleb, I have a lot of questions that I want to talk to you about, and just want to get your insight and see if we can help some other car dealers, some other sales managers, general managers do a better job at talking to customers and selling cars. Are you game with that today?
Let's do it.
All right. So here's my claim. My claim is that the art of text message selling is the most effective way to handle internet leads. Whether you get a chance to get that cell phone and get that SMS text conversation, or whether you're talking to them in chat, I feel like it's the most effective way to handle internet lead. Do you concur?
Absolutely. I think people want a fast response to everything. It's the now society. They want to answer right away. That's the reason why I don't have any stats on this, Billy, but just in your own life, if you at the end of each day, if you look at your phone calls and your text messages, I promise the response rate on the text messages is 10 times faster than a return phone call, if the return phone call is even made.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I do have the stats on that. We'll look it up in just a minute, and if need be, but you're right. It's going to be faster. You're going to read a text. Everybody's going to read a text. As a matter of fact, Mr. Wonderful actually gave me his synopsis on the art of text message selling. And he said, they may not answer your phone call, but ding, they'll pick up that phone, and look at that text message. What I want to talk about today is something we deal with every single Friday and Saturday as we get ready for our events for car dealers that start on Sunday. And that's the autoresponders. That is the artificial intelligence, or in my opinion, the artificial lack of intelligence.
Yes.
Most people use. So Smith, if you will, let's go ahead. First of all, let me tell Caleb what's going on here. I got a text message this morning. I'm going to read you the text message I got, and then I'll get Smith to share with you the screenshot that he sent me. A dealer, let's see right here. A dealer reached out to me this morning at 8:05 a.m. and said, how would you have handled this dealer managed chat? Okay. So Smith put the dealer chat up there. He sent me a screenshot of this at 8 o'clock this morning. Let's look at read the first thing that happened there. So Caleb, as the customer, what came in, Smith?
It's pre-chat survey. Visitor question says, I'll buy this one for $25K out the door.
Immediately they got an autoresponder that said,
welcome to our live chat. I am here to provide live assistance. How may I help you?
Well, first of all, that's not very smart. That he already told you what he wanted to do, right?
That's right.
He said, I'll buy this one for $25,000 out the door. And he gets two, not one, but two, ding, ding, little robots that say, read them again, Smith.
Welcome to our live chat. I am here to provide live assistance. How may I help you?
The guy knew he was in the live chat. He already knew he was in the live. No, actually, he knew once he got that it wasn't a live chat. So that's fail number one. So what I told the guy is, I said, first of all, Mr. Dealer, what I would have said, I said, I don't even want to go into the whole thing, but the first response is, I would have said, awesome, man. Let me work on that for you.
Right. Yeah. We would have said, awesome. That's a great offer. Is it the vehicle that you're most interested in, or is it a $25,000 vehicle? Let me send you the best we can do on this vehicle. And in addition to that, some similar vehicles that may even be less than 25,000, and that's what we would have said, because we're not a computer. who is not trained, and even the people who run these chat companies aren't trained in how to really sell cars.
That's exactly right. And I won't bore everyone with the entire back and forth with me and this dealer, but I said they messed it up from the beginning. I said, and then I would have sent him, just like you said, a more expensive vehicle. I would have sent him a less expensive vehicle. I would have sent him an introduction video. I would have walked around the car, let him see, put a name with a face, and let him see the car he's asking about, a car more expensive, a car less expensive. And we would have done what we always do, which is give, and offer. Okay. And that's exactly what Caleb's talking about right there.
Right. And let me explain that even some of our employees may be a little shy, not sure on this. So let me just, all us car guys, give you an example. Okay. You're driving down the road, right? Big fat girl on the side of the road, looks rough, right? And I said, hey, Billy, you should take that girl out to dinner tonight. And Billy's like, man, I am not doing that. Two big fat girls, ugly girls walking down the side of the road, looking real bad. I say, hey, Billy, you got to pick one to take out to dinner tonight. So he has to pick one. See, when both options are bad, one still looks better than the other. And that's why you have to give choices, because if you don't give choices out to people, it's same with like parenting, Billy. You tell your kid, go clean your room. They're going to argue with you. Hey, go clean your room or empty the dishwasher. They're going to pick one or the other. Both is going to get you what you want without having to fight with people. So choices help us sell, and AI will never understand that.
AI will never understand that. I made a post this morning. For those of you worried about AI going to take over the world, we're a long way from that, because if you just go to a dealer chat that's not ran by DigiNinja chat, you'll see that there's not the AI is in no threat of even selling a car. And if you can't sell a car, you definitely can't take over the world. Put the chat back up there, and let's go a little bit further into that chat. So he told him he'd pay $25,000 out the door. He got 2 autoresponders, and the last question was, how may I help you? The robot, how may I help you? Well, he already told you. So what did he do? He repeated himself. Read it again, Smith.
I'll buy this one for $25K out the door.
And what came in next?
You are chatting with Mitchell.
So obviously, Mitchell, that's a different color. So I guess maybe that is a real person that popped in there. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like another. They don't care who they're chatting with. We don't. My guys behind us back here, we don't say, hey, this is, of course we will get there. We'll get there, but we're going to give before we start giving them information that they don't want. They don't care who they're talking to. They don't care, but then what's next?
Well, hold on. Let me stop right there. So obviously from the customer standpoint, they're on a VDP page looking at a vehicle, and they're saying, I'll buy this one. The chat tool doesn't even know what page they're on, and the customer's having to copy and paste what vehicle they want to buy.
Absolutely. So they haven't got anything right yet. Not the first thing. Hey, welcome to the live chat. I'm here to help you. How can I help you? Well, if you had read his message, I will buy this one for $25,000 out the door. And that's what Caleb's telling you. He's on the VDP, the vehicle details page. So obviously the dealer has one idea that's pretty good. Put your chat icon on your VDP. I love that, Mr. Dealer. But the problem is you have a terrible chat provider that's talking to your customer. This guy wants to buy. He's sending buy. He's saying, hey, I'm ready to buy. Yeah. And they're running. They hit him with 4 messages before they give him any information whatsoever. And as a matter of fact, he had to show them what he was on. So as Caleb said, he copied and pasted the VDP page, and for the 3rd time, what did he say right there, Smith? No, I'm sorry. Mitchell, what did Mitchell say?
The best I could possibly do on that vehicle is $27,000.
Wow. And look at this. This is all right. So look what he says next. So he said, no, too much. I already saw the car. Let me know if you can do 25. I have a trade and down payment. So 2 things. There's 3 ways we make money selling a car: selling the car, the trade-in, and the financing. So this dealer just told a customer no to a car deal. He just say yes. He's saying he can do it for 27. So do it for 25. Hold back on the trade $2,000, and you sold the car, and the customer's happy. If the customer comes in on trade value and he's like, man, I'm not happy with the trade, he's in the showroom committed to buy. So what? Now we make it up in financing. So we can make $2,000 on 2 points of interest on $25,000. We're going to make a little over $2,000 in margin. Plus, we get a chance to sell him, warranty, gap insurance, and other products. So this is a stone cold buyer, and a chat system is only looking at, or obviously someone at the dealership stepped in at this point and they still got it wrong because they turned down a car deal. That's a deal. It's easy to make.
That's right. Read the last name real quick. And
No, too much. I already saw the car. Let me know if you can do 25K. I have trade and maybe down payments, but 25K is my offer.
okay, remove that image now, please. So there, right there, Caleb. he said, no, 25 is my offer, and then they left it alone. They didn't, so much went wrong right there, man. And but I want to talk about something positive. Did you watch the yesterday's show? No, yesterday was with April. Josh.
The day before.
See, Josh. Here's a dealer. To my knowledge, I don't think he's ever done an event with us. I don't think so. But he did buy the book and he implemented these processes into he has his own training as well. I'm not saying he changed the way he does things, but the man said a very successful dealer. He understands the art, that there is a better way than we've done in the past. So there are people out there that are implementing these steps. And as a matter of fact, I won't mention the name of it, but there is a chat provider that we see very often they have done a terrible job. But recently, Caleb, I noticed that their first message said, I am happy to help you. What information can I get for you today? So they're buying the books too, and they're starting to implement them. And I'm okay with that. How do you feel about the people? And I know this is a sore subject for you because you've had people that you've actually mentored up and helped and basically brought out of bankruptcy that have went out to copyists. But how do you feel about people using good information that's actually, in my opinion, making the car business a better place?
I'm in full support of everybody using the tools available because that's how we became successful. We use the tools available to us, the knowledge from people before us. It's just about, it's fine. I'm all about it, but you don't have to steal from us. You can just call. There's nothing that we won't do for free if you just ask, So yeah, it's funny you brought that up, and I know we hadn't talked about it, but one of my great clients that's been with me for a long time, he called me yesterday and he said, hey, Caleb, he's like, I want to put something together for the last 2 weeks of the month. He said, before I do, have you heard of this company, this guy? And he gives me the name. And I said, oh, I know him very well. I said, guy was foreclosed on his house, 3 months behind on rent. And I gave him $3,000 to catch his mortgage up and then gave him more the next week. And I said, I know the guy very well, taught him everything he knows how to do in this program. And we got to laughing about it. And he said, you know what, Caleb? He said, it's no different than when we hire a salesperson, we train them, we grow them, we invest in them, we turn them into a good sales manager, and then they get an offer to go somewhere else to make $1,000 more a month on a guarantee or whatever. He said, and they leave us. He said, you're just dealing with the same thing. He said, but at the end of the day, they'll never do it better than the new guys who started it. He said, but not only that, he said, they're always people with that character. They're always looking for the next person that they can feed off of, that they can be a parasite on. And he said, so you can't worry about it. You can't let that bother you because you'll spend so much time letting that worry you that, that it'll basically hold you back. And then I learned that at a younger age. I would say I was in my early 20s and I was running a store and I had left a dealership and I was running a lot bigger store now. It's my first general manager job. And I was having some social media, ticky-tack stuff with the old dealership. And the owner of the store said, Caleb, he said, you're so much bigger and so far above those people and where you came from. He said, don't give them any, don't pull yourself down to fight with people who aren't there because that's what they want. They want to come up on you and your credentials. They want to use you to pull themselves up. So just don't allow them to do it. So, I'm all about people learning. I'll teach anybody anything for free because I really don't feel like they'll ever outwork us or outperform us. And so it's okay. It's just part of the business.
It is, man. And here's what I found. And we've seen this time and time again, when dealers say, hey, I want to do it on my own. I had several dealers. They'll buy a dozen, 2 dozen books. They'll do an event with us. They'll train their staff up. I help train them. I help train them to do it on their own. And I think the last guy who bought the 20 books, we're in a 3-month contract with him right now to run his events every month for the next 3 months because they have so many other things going on, and we're able to focus on one thing, and that's the chatting, and that is the messaging, the texting, and the setting the appointment. So even if they leave us, if we add real value to them, and this, I think that every salesperson on the floor right now, I'm gonna speak to the salespeople, sales managers too. If you have a track record and a history of making things happen, adding value, doing more than you're getting paid for, even though in the short run it may look like you're getting the short end of the stick, in the long run, just like the guy told Caleb, you're way more than that. You're going to get that big break in the future if you have a track record of success, a track record of helping others, empowering others, and helping those around you close car deals. I mean, you don't have to get paid for every car deal you close. As a matter of fact, I believe in shutting people's car deals for free if you can do it, and it's okay. If most managers, if you're a good closer, they'll let you go close a car deal, and you should be helping your people. As a matter of fact, we use it to get out of a slump. When we were selling, we're having a tough time. Let me go close somebody else's deal. That'll get me back on track.
Yeah, get you back on track. And you talk about free stuff, Billy. I had a dealer. I'll read this to you as well. This is something that I always offer for free, and I can't. I don't sell like email products. It's not something that I do, but I do things for free a lot for my dealers. And they may work with us on a quarterly basis, but we still want to maintain contact and relationship with them. So I got this dealer here, and I called him up. I said, hey, it's almost Black Friday. I'm sure you're going to have some specials going on. I'm not doing anything for you, but tell me what your specials are. Let me put you this email together, send it out to your database. So it took me a 5-minute investment in time to create this for the guy, and to just type an email is all I did, but just knowing trigger points and what to say for customers. He texted me. I said, happy Thanksgiving, brother. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great day off. And that was Thursday. He said, happy Thanksgiving, brother. 14 sold off that email for $60,000. I said, for real? That's crazy. He said, I'm dead serious. And I said, it's crazy how much power your own customer base has. He said, and still a bunch working. I said, what's funny, man, is so many guys I use and try, like that I send these emails to, and they will never send them out. And so he was saying like, hey, man, I sent him something for free. And I send it to, if I send it to one dealer, I send it to our whole group and say, hey, here's something you can try for free. He sells 14 cars, $60,000 in variable gross, and paid us nothing. You may say, well, that doesn't sound great for us, but it does, because now, I have that deposit in our relationship. And so, when it's time for me to do an event for, $6,500 or $7,500 or $8,500 or whatever type of event we do, he's already made $60,000 off of just our relationship with no investment at all. So, we helping people for free, it actually, sometimes you have to do the work now to get paid later.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, if you'll send me that email, I guarantee you I will use it for a couple of my dealers. So if you don't mind,
I'll send it over. Yeah.
Shoot it over to me. And that's exactly, really, you can't overstate that, because you can't outgive in a good relationship, you can't outgive. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come. So that's why now, at the same time, we hate being taken advantage of. So, you know what I mean? But the sad part is, Caleb, that person who went out and copied you, that you trained up, that you pulled out of bankruptcy and saved his house, and now he's out there pitching the same pitch that you and I pitch. He'll never have what you and I have. He'll never have the success. He'll never have, it's not always about the money, but he'll never have the money. You can't get to the level that you're at by doing stuff like that. You really can't. Some people look up to people that have, I'm just going to use money for an example, but just success, and they think that you can't get it out without being ugly. But you can't get it by being ugly. You really can't. No. You can't get stopped by stepping on people. We
can move a lot faster, and I could have grown a lot faster by doing things the wrong way. And I know, like right now, that financially I can make myself more income by doing things the wrong way, by going after people's customers, by targeting people I know are working with other people that I know what they're paying and pricing and stuff. I could go after those people, Billy, but it's not going to benefit me. It's dirty business, and I'm not going to be we don't just get success from our own hard work. I believe, I believe that God blesses us with talents and abilities, and then it's our job to put those to work for us and not waste the talents and abilities and gifts we're given. But the people that are dirty people, they're not believing in the same things we are. So they might have success here, but it's just temporary. It will never be long term.
So temporary, and it just doing things that way doesn't fit into the way that we do things. So, I mean, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work, man. Everybody behind me back here in all these 36 personalized workstations back here, they know that I'm going to do everything I do to help them learn something new, help them make themselves better. I'm going to empower them, and that, doing things in a different way just wouldn't fit in. It wouldn't work. It would hurt. It would hurt. And it's going to hurt everybody if you do that. And, if that's your MO, and we see it time and time again. We had somebody that was selling a lot of events that went out on their own, buddy. And man, thank God they did. If you remember.
Yeah. I don't even know if that guy's still alive or whatever, I don't know if he's in jail or where he's at, but yeah, I'm glad our name was not associated with that one anymore. It
doesn't fit in here. I had someone that asked me yesterday, Caleb, she was a very detailed person. I was on a call, Jamie Lopez, he got some interest from a dealer. As a matter of fact, let me tell the whole story. 2 years ago, a young man from Coffee County, right here where I'm at, he bought this book, and he'd never sold cars before, but he was just thrilled, to know that someone around here had written a book, and he just all on board and was a believer from the beginning. He went and started working for a car dealer in the college town he was in. He got to college. He started selling cars and helped paying his way through college by selling cars. And he used this every single day. He was also on Cardone training, and he bought in. Now, it took 2 or 3 dealerships before he found his right spot. He was running a BDC while in college at a pretty big volume dealer in Savannah, Georgia. And the general manager, he started telling the general manager about what we do and about the events and things. The general manager leaves there, goes to somewhere up there near you. He's north of Charlotte. They called me yesterday that they have 3 pretty big volume stores right there in the same spot. And he said, hey, this kid that I worked in, ran the last BDC, he told me about you, So 2.5 years later, this guy just sold us an event. You know what I'm saying? And once we get it inked, I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to take care of him. But during this conversation, the lady asked me that was on the call with us, what sets you apart? What makes you different? I said, the main thing is we have real people back here, and here's the thing that you and I do that most people don't or not willing to do. We will invest our resources. If it was all about the money, we could just stack cash and just worry about you and me. But the investment that we put back into the people, back into the product, back into all this equipment, this call center, that's something that most people are just too scared to do because they're not confident that their product will stand the test of time in the marketplace.
That's right. They don't, like the guy the other day said it was of course it was a quote, from the Spanish, but not everybody will burn the ships, right? Not everybody will just go all in and not look at anything else as an option. Because if when you're building something, when you're dedicated to it, it's yours. You're going to build it. You're going to push it. You're going to make it. When you're copying something, when it quits working, you just look for the next thing to rip off, Right. And so that's why, like, we've evolved. I know that events are kind of our bread and butter, but we all both agree that chat and that full service chat solution, coupled with events and coupled with email marketing and direct mail and every type of marketing, TV, radio, whatever the dealer has that he's doing, that we need to be the first person to talk to his customers. And that's what's going to be a better service for him than like a Facebook deal. Because I tell dealers all the time, hey, if you do a standard event and we spend $3,000 on ads, and then we put 3 to 5 people on your store from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., for 15 hours a day, 7 days, that's over over basically 100 hours of work. So let's say you paid them, $15 an hour, just a minimum wage, well, now, you've already overpaid just for that, what an event costs, without us making any profit. So I always tell people, okay, well, we make $1,000. For us, I know that it'd be better if we could just handle push, become the number one live person, real people chat service, in the nation, which I know that we will do. I see that happening in 2021. And I know that we're going to do that. And I feel like we're going to be able to give an even better service to our clients once we have everything in that area as well. So
yeah, I totally agree. And speaking of, they were making some updates earlier. As you know, DigiNinja turned from a 3-month project into we're on 13 or 14 months now. But we are using. Let's test the chat. I know I don't mind being in the spotlight. If it glitches out, it's my fault. But go to Kia of Coatesville. You might just type in Jim Sapala, Kia of Coatesville. I think it was live on there this morning. We did this yesterday or the day before, Caleb, and we compared it to a couple of big retail stores that should have a track record of success. But man, they were terrible on their chat. Now I'm not going to put anybody else under the microscope today, unless you want me to, Caleb. But now check this out, Caleb. On their chat, can the widget they have a picture of Billy on there. So what can I say? I would probably change that to the picture of the dealer. But anyway, click on the chat with me and see. So there you go. Talk to me. Let's type in. Can I get an out the door price on a Kia? What do they make? Sorento?
Yeah, Kia Sorento LX.
Let's see. First of all, if it's working and if it's a bot. So, Caleb, when you say that we can be the number one producer or the number one provider of chat, he's typing. Do you think that we can take chat into as many dealers as we have taken the Facebook buyback events?
Yeah, and faster, because see, the difference is everyone's already using chat. Everyone knows they need a chat tool on their website. Yeah. Facebook events, even now, some dealers who call us, they really don't know what it is, right? They're like, hey, well, explain this to me. And I know that like you, we've gotten to the point where we're so busy, it's hard to even do like a demonstration on what a Facebook event is, because so many people already know and they just want to just basically turn an order in and let us do our jobs. Mm-hmm. And so with chat, they're already using it. So all we have to do, honestly, is go onto a dealer's website, start a conversation, screenshot how bad it is, send it to the dealer, and say, well, you just need, this is what you're paying for. So if they're paying $500, $700, $1,000, $1,200 a month, it's worthless, right? So whatever our retail price point is, it doesn't matter, because they're already paying for something that gives them no results, that they know is important, but it's no good. So we can give them something that actually works, and that's going to make a giant difference in what we do. So
Smith, did he respond in a timely manner?
Yes. And within the same minute on the first message, he said, of course, smiley face, would you be looking to trade in with us as well? And then a minute later, they said, on top of that, could I get you some pricing information on an SX or an EX model if it were roughly the same monthly payment?
So see, he's offering, and guess what he hasn't done, Caleb? He has not asked he hadn't asked us for our name. He hasn't asked us for a phone number. He hasn't asked us for emails. I'd give him a 9 out of 10 on that.
I would too. And that's a key point, Billy, you just talked about, is so many of the CRM tools and the chat tools are built around the person who sold that tool. So whether that's eLeads or Event Solutions or CarNow, whoever the actual person is that sold that product, the issue is, they need to collect all that so they can show the dealer, say, hey, look, well, our tool is getting you name, address, phone number, all this information. The problem is the dealer thinks that's what he needs. All he really needs is an appointment and to sell a car. And so we're asking the customer to give everything to us. And you really got to look at your sales process and make sure that it's about giving and not getting. Because if it's just about the customer giving you everything and giving you all the information, they have to give you everything to get something. what do you really want? Do you want a CRM full of customer information, or do you want to sell a car? And you really got to decide, because you can't do both.
That's right. So Smith, let's go back and let's tell him. Let's say, yes. Can I get an appraisal on my car without coming in? Caleb, what's something if somebody were to ask you, can I get an appraisal on my car without coming in? How would you tell your salespeople or your BDC to handle that question?
Yeah, so I would say absolutely. There's a lot of tools out there that you could use, like KBB, NADA. What we're going to do is, if you would text us over just your VIN number and your miles, I'll give you back I'll tell you exactly what your vehicle's worth. And then once I am asking them for information there, because I have to have it, obviously, to appraise the car. But once I have that VIN number and I have that, and I have those miles on their car, I'm not going to ask about all the equipment and stuff, because that really doesn't matter. Then I'm going to send them back. I'm going to go to my VIN Solutions tool, or my vAuto tool. I'm going to pull KBB, NADA, Black Book. I'm going to pull all the books, and I'm going to send back all that to them and say, hey, here's every evaluation tool on the market, and just look at all the ranges, and that's what your vehicle's worth. And then let's set an appointment to come in 10 minutes or less. We can actually give you a full appraisal, just like you wouldn't write us a check for your vehicle, for our car without looking at it. Of course, we need to see yours too.
Absolutely. Let's see how our Ninja handled it.
Sure.
Right. Took them 1 solid minute, and they said, yes, of course, Smiley. What year, make, and model are you looking to trade in with us? Do you have the VIN number and miles currently? I could get you an estimate in minutes.
How would you rate that?
Yeah, it's good. If they didn't have the VIN, then obviously we need the make and model. We don't need the make and model if we have the VIN, but no, I think that's good. They did a good job. And I would tell them, I would probably add just a little bit more. I would say, hey, we're going to get you I want to make the big claim, obviously, in the communication, right? So if I'm a store like this, it's a 4,000 over store, I would say something like, hey, yeah, absolutely, we're going to need the make, model, VIN, and miles on your vehicle. Are you aware that we offer, over $4,000 over KBB for all trade-ins? I would make sure they knew my big offer, so they have a reason to respond. But yeah, I would, because the sooner we can get the big claim out there, that's just a seed we can plant to keep the customer growing. So I would definitely put the big claim in as part of my communication back to the customer. But you do want to make sure, you don't want to get it looking like it's a bot. You want to make sure they know they're talking to a person.
Right. Hop back over there and let's ask him something else, Smith.
Okay.
Is that the last thing he said?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's just ask him, is this a gimmick? Because a bot does not know what to say to that. Have you talked? Okay. So
Yes.
Smith, yesterday when we tested, what was the other dealer that we tested alongside this?
I know we done a couple of the Carvana ones.
Yeah.
We done some.
Did you happen to see that, Caleb?
I did not see that one. No, I didn't get a chance. My internet was out yesterday, so
man, I tell you what, it was treacherous. Maybe we'll have time. I don't know if can you pull it up real quick, Smith?
The other episode?
No. Let's pull up the Carvana and see if because one of them we went to, their chat wasn't even working.
Yeah, there was like a dead outgoing link. It was JavaScript void or whatever.
Yeah. I want to show you this, Caleb, and just get your opinion. So when someone asks you, Caleb, is this a gimmick? 4,000 over KBB. How do you respond? How would you have your salespeople respond to that?
Yeah, I would say no, absolutely. This is a real offer. Smith, go back and go down to, you're on you're not on Carvana. Go down to right there. There you go. Yeah, make them pay for that click right there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I would say, absolutely not. We're real people at a real dealership. A lot of dealers use an artificial intelligence person to communicate with you. I want to assure you that I'm a real person who's here to help you. I'll get you all the information as fast as possible from a distance with no commitment from you. I just tell me what you need and let me help you get what you want.
All right. So see if you can type in something there with, wow. So they got some pre-populated questions in there. I'm not opposed to that. Say, what can we ask them? Can I talk to a salesperson?
And these chat names just crack me up. Sebastian.
Yeah, it's the same one as yesterday.
Read that. Read it, Smith.
Well, this was the one from yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, by the way, yes, I am a robot. No, I do not want to overthrow.
Okay, they said, sure. However, it looks like we're really busy right now. As we want to respect your time, could we shoot you a text message to answer your questions later instead?
That's awful. See if, before I judge them too hard, let's see if our guys respond.
Just say write back and say, no, I'm very interested in a vehicle I see online. I have a few questions.
So you backed all the way out of the other one?
Okay, we still got it saved.
There we go. Just say I'm very interested in a vehicle I saw. I just have a few questions.
You left Spotlight to get all together.
Yes, okay. we can only share screen from one tab. No, we may be able to pull it back up.
Okay, that's
not totally sure.
Okay. Read that.
I'm happy to hear that you're interested. What questions do you have for me? I'm all ears.
That's not bad for a saved response, actually.
Just say, I would just like to ask somebody a few questions. Is there a phone number? Or say something like, I just like to ask a few questions. Is someone that could call me right now?
Who is Sebastian? This is probably Carvana's own system.
I'm sure.
It's at least better than some of the stuff we have seen.
Yeah, it's much better than how it started.
Yeah, I like the one up top. I'm here to help. See, they're not answering the questions. You see what I'm saying? It's like I said I want someone to call me, and it can't do that. You see what I'm saying?
That's right. See if it saved our other one, Smith. I didn't know we could only share. I was wanting to compare them side by side, so we didn't really get to see the DigiNinja response, but it could still be there. We'll try again. Click on there.
Key of Coatesville.
So it starts over. I like that, but ask them, is this a gimmick?
Right. It did save that one.
It did?
Just so we can send it again.
Oh, gotcha.
We've got a little history saved.
Gotcha.
So we can resend any messages we might want to ask again.
While we're waiting, let's take a look at the comments right there, because it does look like they're typing. Are they typing? Let's make sure they're actually.
They're currently typing.
Okay, great. So we see a real person's typing on ours. I do like that, Caleb. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think you need to let it show that someone's communicating, so they're not waiting to see is someone actually going to answer.
Oh,
no, at all. We're a real deal high selling Kia store in the state for a reason, because we do whatever it takes to give our lowest price to market trade in. This week we're actually offering. Yeah, see, that's a lot better offer. It has the customer a reason to communicate.
Yep. Would that interest you? Absolutely. That's fine. We'll leave them alone right now and let them answer some real leads. So
yes, sir.
Let's take a look at the comments and see if we have anybody that's been paying attention today.
All right. Joey Arvidsson said, phenomenal information, Billy and Caleb. Amazing relationships have been and continue to be built.
Thank you, sir.
And Robert Brooker said that cost you 5 minutes. The return on the relationship capital was huge.
Thank you, Robert. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to support us every day. We hope we can add some value to you as well.
Joey said, that's because you were both very sincere in your giving. So many people don't give from their hearts.
Well, thank you, sir.
Robert says, once again, operating from the heart as an engagement amplifier has become a habit.
Hey, he's on the right track.
This is a long one. Joey said, I was talking to a woman yesterday that heads partnership for a huge national company, and she asked the difference between us and one of our copycats. I said the largest difference is our leadership. All of our leadership are sincere, good people. She said, thank goodness. I get bad vibes from their owner.
Hopefully the other owners. That's good.
Yeah, not us. Yeah.
Hey, well, I tell you what, I think there's some good information in what we put out here today, Caleb. The bottom line is, if you have a chat provider, make sure they're using real people to answer in real times and really read what the people are asking. Put yourself in the position of the buyer and answer as if you were the buyer. You were speaking to yourself and the information you would want to hear. And then, of course, if you want to get the best chat provider in the country, give me or Caleb a call, and we'll hook you up with DigiNinja, and we'll have some real people answer.
That's right. And then just between now and year end, any dealers watching, if you know, if you need a little help and your budget's a little tight, just reach out. I'm happy to, we'll send over some of those emails that are generating, that are really generating sales, you know, instant sales. So if you're having a bad week and you need to pick up 5, 6, 7 deals to kind of save your week, just reach out to us. There'll be, you know, give it to you no charge just to help you out, help everybody get through the, you know, the tougher part of December as always, from now through probably about the 19th or 20th. And then obviously there's some political stuff going on that's going to impact, you know, especially, you know, around the 15th. And so if you need anything, just reach out to us, and no charge, just help you guys, try to help all our dealers just get through December, have a strong year and finish. And I look forward to 2021 being a really giant year for everybody.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question before we go. So on your email, do you give them the template, or you give them the email with the points that, trigger points?
Yeah, I just type it and let them copy and paste it. So here, this would be an example. Okay. And I sent it to the customer base. So I would say, hey, you know, hey, dear Billy, this is Caleb, general manager at so-and-so. This week, you're going to start seeing on Facebook a $4,000 buyback event that we're doing. Of course, we can only pay that much, you know, for a limited amount of vehicles. So I wanted to reach out to our customer base first. Part of that, so I already have all your information. So if you've been in for service lately, or you've been in for sales, and maybe we said you couldn't trade yet because of this program, now you can. I have everything, and I already have all the information. I know what your current payment is. I have everything together already. So all I need you to do is just reply back, work me a deal, and I'll put you together some figures on a similar vehicle to what you have, and I'll see how close we can get to trading you for the same payment. Just write back, work me a deal. I'll personally be handling it as a general manager, and that's what I'll do. And then what'll happen, man, is they'll get those replies. Yes, work me a deal, work me a deal, work me a deal. And like this guy was saying, he said, man, I had about 30 people reply, and we got those 14 deals and made $60,000. And that was 14 people in their CRM that they were not talking to, that were, you know, old previous customers. Had he not reached out, they may have bought elsewhere because they were, you know, obviously ready to buy. And just that communication to them and letting them know, hey, this is coming up. We want to let you know about it beforehand and give you a chance to kind of get in. Everyone wants to be made, you know, to feel special. Everyone wants that VIP experience. So we're letting them know about it. And then when they seen it on Facebook start happening, then it created that sense of urgency to, well, I need to get in there first. So, you know, if I'm doing an event that starts on Sunday, I might send that email out on like the Friday morning before. And that way it helps my dealer kind of get off to a good start. A lot of times, you know, let's say he sells 5 cars off that free email, Billy. And then let's just say Facebook has a bad week. You know, we can't control Facebook. So let's say it's not the best sell ever. If he's already covered his costs, we've already secured that, you know, we've made it okay. And we've shown that, hey, we care about making sure you don't ever lose money. We want you to make as much as you can, but we also never want you to lose. So those emails that I craft for dealers, it's just something I like to do. But you always got to make sure that the customer knows that all we need from them is a yes, work me a deal, and that we already have all the information. And it's just really easy to get them to respond to that. But you want to keep it short, keep it simple, let them know it's, you know, we don't put no headers in, no inventory links, none of that stuff. It's just super simple, like you were texting it from your iPhone, and that makes the biggest impact.
Yeah, I like it, man. I'm going to use it. I'm going to call a couple of my dealers right now. I appreciate your input. I appreciate your help, and thank you.
Brother.
Thank you for giving us some great information today. We'll see you again next Thursday, man.
All right, buddy. Thank you, man. Take care. Bye-bye.